Hey, man. I thought Ronaldo was the problem. What happened, Ten Hag? Hold that, man. Hold that, mate. Erik Ten Hag, not even a month into employment, has already been sacked by Bayer Leverkusen. It seems like Bayer Leverkusen are subscribed to the channel because I told them, if you actually, put the future in this man's hands, the future's going to look like Schalke 04, man. That's how it's going to be looking. And they said, you know what, Erik Ten Hag, it's time to go, mate. And that was the right decision. Ten Hag ended up actually responding to him getting sacked because he knows this was a make or break for his career if he could have some sort of success with Bayer Leverkusen. And to get sacked within a month, oof. Ooh, no bueno, my man, no bueno. So he came out and basically said, just to give you a little summary, he basically said lots of players got sold. The club didn't really give me trust. There wasn't mutual trust in the relationship. Throughout my career, every club that's given me that trust has won at least some sort of silverware. And I would like to thank the supporters, is basically what he said. Now, mate, if you really want to call all that investment and trust Man United gave you for a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup success, you are straight up delusional. Look where you've left them. They've literally finished 15th last season, and now they're celebrating Burnley wins as if they won the World Cup days after they got absolutely humiliated by a League 2 side, Grimsby Town, my man. So I don't know what your definition of success is, Ten Hag, but since you've lost that semifinal with Ajax against Tottenham and then won the league that year and then got the United job, you really haven't had much success, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. You've literally been a desert. If water was success, you would be a desert, Ten Hag. Keep that in mind. But Erik Ten Hag, you've lost the first game of the season. Second game of the season, you're going up against Werder Bremen. They get a red card. You score the pen. You're up 3-1 against 10 men. And you blew it and tied 3-3. I understand you have a bunch of exits. You've had some recruitment, though, as well. And not only that, mate, there's no excuse for you to go up against Werder Bremen and go up 3-1 with 10 men left, 40 minutes left. And you come out 3-3, mate. 3-3. What is this nonsense that Erik Ten Hag has officially done? Because to me, if I'm looking at Ten Hag and all these exits, and then you bring in a couple players, because Bayer Leverkusen isn't moving like Bayern. You're not going to sell Tony Kroos and then come up with a Kimmich. You're not going to be able to sell a player for a lot of money. Let's say Lewandowski. Lewandowski left the club, and then you brought in Harry Kane for close to 100 million. Leverkusen's not built like that. You're not going to let Wirtz go for 100 million and then come out and get another center attacking mid, let's say Eze, for 60, 70 million. That's not Leverkusen ball, man. That's not how they move financially. They'll let go of a player and then buy a really cheap version of him in hopes that he can somehow put in form like their previous successor, like Kai Havertz going to Chelsea. Then Florian Wirtz came in, and Florian Wirtz didn't come in for a huge fee. And then he ends up going for a huge fee, and now they're looking for the next Florian Wirtz, which they believe it's Tillman, the American. So that's the way Leverkusen run. This isn't Ajax, man. This is Bayern Leverkusen. This isn't, it's just, he doesn't understand the difference in culture with leagues. And Erik Ten Hag was expecting to get the Man United investment, mate. No. No, you're not at Bayern, mate. You're at Bayern Leverkusen. They had a lot of success because Xabi Alonso came out and worked with what he got. And Ten Hag showed no sparks, no signals that they were going to have anything close to what Xabi Alonso was. Going from Xabi Alonso to Erik Ten Hag is like going from a Rolls Royce to a car with 2 tires that are popped in 1995 with 300,000 miles. That's what it is. So Bayern Leverkusen really saved themselves a couple years of mediocrity. People are saying, oh, they didn't give Ten Hag a chance. Well, why give, an absolute fraud a chance? You gave him a couple games. He didn't show you much. You let him go. You got 1 point out of 6. One of the games you're up 3-1 with 10 men. Hey, rightfully so, man. The assistant coach might give you a little bit more to play with. But anyways, Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Does Erik Ten Hag get another job? I believe he will, but he will ultimately end up at Ajax because over there he's had a success. The team eventually, is gonna. It's inevitable for those two to reunite, to be honest. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.